proud mother of Amani Henry, our visionary, and her father, Mr. Carmen Henry, in the audience here. On behalf of the Henry family, we would like to thank you for coming out this morning to be a part of the 7th 100 Men Reading Day. We're truly honored to be a part of this program, which was birthed by Amani when she was a little over 10 years old. The program is dear to me because she is my daughter, but also because she saw a need in our community to help children with literacy. Because of the struggle that she had, and she'll tell you her story, she didn't keep it to herself. She came to her parents and she talked to us about it. But at 10 years old, your average 10-year-old is not really worried about what's going on with other children. So for her to have that care and that passion and that drive to say, there's a challenge in our society, and I'd like to do something about it. So I'm not going to take up the podium. I'm going to bring forth Dr. Armando Robinson, who is the Chief of Staff of the Wilmington campus for Christiana Care Health Systems. Dr. Robinson, please.
So good morning, everyone. I want to start by welcoming you all to Christiana Care, to the Wilmington campus, and thank you for braving through the construction that we've been undertaking, and I certainly appreciate having you all here. This is a very exciting and fun event for us. It is fundamentally in line with our strategy and our mission of service to the community. And you may wonder, why would a health system be interested in literacy? But you know, it's actually pretty straightforward. We're a health system, not just health care. And health is broader than just health care. Health includes lots of different things. We also, I'm a trained researcher, and we talk about things like the social aspects of health, right? And part of that is, you know, do you have enough food? Do you have enough income? Do you have importantly, do you have the education and the literacy to navigate your way through a complex and increasingly complex society? So, in order for us to provide health care that we specialize in, it's important that our communities are healthy, even more broadly than the health care that we can provide. So we provide a portion of that health, but quite frankly, education, literacy, more specifically, is a fundamental aspect of health as well. So you guys are going to hear from Amani a little bit later, and you know, I've been blessed to be able to listen to her speak a few times now, and impressed every time. And the story, you know, I can't hear it enough. But I want to talk a little bit about it. I was on the agenda. It looks like I was here to call you to action, but you're already here, so you're already acting. But I do want to say a couple words. Do you all know what Amani translates to? Amani, her actual name. Faith, right? Faith, belief, exactly. So, you know, I think it's really interesting that Amani, that her parents had the foresight to name her Amani. The faith and belief that we have in our children is critically important, and that's why we're here. So she embodies her own name, that faith that we have in our children, in our community. But let me add a couple other words there with translation. Anyone know what Mia means? Mia. Mia is purpose. Mia is purpose. So the purpose in this case is to build and strengthen our communities. The purpose is to build and strengthen our communities. We have faith in our community, and our job is to build and strengthen that community. Anyone know what Ujima means? Ujima is collective work and responsibility. Collective work and responsibility. So we have faith, we have belief in our communities. Our job is to strengthen our communities, and we're going to do it together. collectively, faith, purpose, and collective work and responsibility, Imani, Nia, and Ujima. So that's why we're here, actually. That's why we're here. We believe in our communities. Our job is to strengthen them, and we're going to do that together. So I'm very excited to start this off, and excited that you all are here in this collective work, collective responsibility in building and strengthening our communities. So again, I just want to welcome you all here, and certainly thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Robinson. We are very, very grateful for Christiana Care, who came aboard with our program over six reading days ago, and Dr. Robinson saw fit to bring the gathering to Wilmington. We originally met at Christiana Care in Newark, but our schools that we're targeting are here right in the city. So he did invite us to come here to Christiana Care, and we're very, very grateful for his generosity. At this time, I would like to ask Imani, and I get an opportunity to introduce Imani Henry as the visionary of our program. She's done great things through her trials and tribulations. She has been able to bring together folks in all three counties, Newcastle here, and then we'll go to Delaware State, we'll leave here, and then go down to Sussex, where she is able to gather and bring together men who will go out and read to children all across our state. And we're very, very proud of her vision, her will, her drive, and Imani, we appreciate you. So we're going to give her a hand of applause before she Imani also has done great things, and her hard work and dedication is being noticed by others outside of our state. She was nominated and a finalist for the Nobel Peace Prize for Youth through the Peace First organization, which is a national organization that recognizes youth who want to make a difference in the world, not only in her community, but in the world. She also will be featured in the Delaware Today magazine for the December issue as one of the upcoming leaders for our state. And thirdly, on the 17th of this month, she'll receive an award from the NAACP as the Youth Visionary for 2013-14. And at the age of 12, I think that's pretty good. So without further ado, I introduce to some and bring to others Imani Henry, the visionary.
Good morning, readers.
Good morning.
My name is Imani Henry. I'm 12 years old, and I created the Launching My Reading program to help kids learn to love reading and to promote literacy. When I was younger, I had a very difficult time learning to read. My parents and my brothers tried to help me, but nothing really seemed to work. So after a long internet search, my parents found a program called Reading Assist. I was paired with the best tutor ever. I mean, she was amazing. I was able to gain the necessary reading skills that I needed. So I helped my mom write a grant to Macy's to create the program. Because of my love for reading, my mom and her expertise in creating programs really helped me a lot. We got the grant from Macy's, we won the grant from Macy's, and out of 1,000 applicants, they chose me. Do you guys remember the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child? Well, the village, it starts with you. Thank you for listening to my speech. Happy reading.
Okay, visionary. Now, again, I'm just so proud. Sometimes I think about all the things we do, and we get up in the morning, and we go to our jobs, I work in a school, and then I may have a challenge. But when I have that challenge, I listen to her voice speak about helping others. And whatever my issue is for that day, it goes away, because I truly believe that our young people are our leaders. And we have to spend a little more time listening as we direct. And Amani reminds me constantly that it's her program and that she gets to decide what we do, how we do it, wear these shirts. Mine is pink now. It used to be white like yours, so I'm happy she let me wear a pink shirt. But again, it's just very, very heartwarming to be able to work with Amani and one day for Amani. At this time, we would like to have our Mayor Dennis P. Williams, come, and he'll share a few words. And then following, we'll have some remarks from one of our chairpersons, Attorney Andre Webb.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here this morning and take time out of your busy schedules, and I truly appreciate you going out to read to children. My mother read to me and my brothers every night, and I tell you one thing, my mom used to always say during the day, if you be good, you'll get a good story tonight. And she read out of an old Mother Goose book that was 250 pages thick. And I still can remember some of those, the Little Red Riding Hood, the old lady in the shoe. I can remember those just like it was yesterday. I want to take my hat off to the Henry family and Amani for what you've done. You don't know how many doors you've opened for children who probably had reading difficulties and who didn't want to read books. And now, because of you and your family, they're having people to come out and read to them, and once these folks read to them, they will pick up the joy and the love of reading. I'm a pirate fan myself. I read a lot of pirate books. When other politicians beat me up, I start reading and get on the ships, and I can hear the water splash against the ships and go away. But I know in reality, once I put that book down, I have to come back to the real one. And Dr. Robinson and the Christiana Hospital, the Wilmington branch, I want to thank you guys for being so much involved in the community. This is about my 5th or 6th event here for what you're doing for the community, and I truly appreciate it. And I know you guys really mean business, and you're rolling up your sleeves and you're inviting the community into this great facility, and I appreciate it so much. And again, my hat goes off to each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor Williams. I know, Mayor Williams, we've been working very hard to do what is right in our community, and we have to start with the children, because the children will be in our position one day, and I think by us taking the time to read to them, to talk to them about literacy and how important it is, it will definitely take us to the next level and open up the doors of communication, and also open up the schools to communicate with us through literacy. At this time, I would like to present to you Attorney Andre Webb, who is the chair of our committee here with the 100 Men Reading. And just a little bit about Attorney Webb. At the bright age of 13 or 14, I met him in the Black Achievers Program at the YMCA. He stood out, he had something to say, and it was always something positive. So as Andre went on to college and returned to Wilmington to be an attorney, I invited him out to a 100 Men Reading Day. And at that event, there was something that he was able to take away with him, that he wanted to give back and he wanted to be a part of this program. And from that day to this, he has been the chairperson of Amani's 100 Men Reading, bringing resources and program ideas to move us to the next level. And we thank him for that. And Attorney Webb?
Good morning. On behalf of the committee and the board, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming this morning. Primarily, the reason why I'm here is just to thank everyone for really taking the time to step aside and devote reading and time for these children. On behalf of the board, we would like to thank the Christiana Care Center. Dr. Armando, thank you for stepping up and allowing us to host this program here. On behalf of the board, we also would like to thank the mayor's office for coming and supporting our event this morning. In addition, we would like to thank all of you all. And one thing I would like to say as we head out into these schools and begin reading is the impact that reading has on our children is, no question, huge. there's a huge impact on children when we read to them at young ages because research shows that children often when they are young, they understand what's said on a higher level than they're actually able to read. So oftentimes when we take the time to read to a child who is younger, it puts them, so to say, a little bit ahead of the curve. So when they advance and go higher into grades, they're able to then understand those same words that before they may have not been able to read, but now they've heard them before, so their mind automatically links them together with words they're now reading. So I guess what I'm really saying is that do not think that this is anything minor. This is something huge. You all taking the time to reach our children, and we genuinely thank you all. I look around and I see a few faces that we recognize, and on behalf of the board, we thank you, and we appreciate you coming back to support our organization. For the new faces, welcome, and we thank you for participating also. One thing I would like to extend to everyone who's here to participate today is I would like to challenge you all. Some of you may know, or some of you may not know, we aim to host this event twice a year, once in November and once in June. So our next event will be coming up the next year in June. And I challenge you all to find someone and bring a guest with you. This is a wonderful event. I guarantee you, after you leave the school, you will feel great. It's almost like the equivalent, I don't know how many people we have here that are runners, but you know, if you finish a marathon, you have a little bit of what they call runner's high. When you leave that school, you will have the same thing. There's no way you can leave that school upset or disappointed about anything that happened because it's awesome. You see the immediate impact that you have on these children as you read to them. So I would just like to challenge everyone in this room to the next event. You will receive an email from us with a picture from everything today. And I would just like to say, try to keep an eye out and see when our event will be in June. We will communicate with you all and give you guys in advance once the date is set. But I'd like to challenge everyone to please bring someone and allow them to also partake in such a wonderful event and support our community because it's definitely needed. Thank you.
Okay, he's the chair. He challenges everyone to bring someone with you. That's his charge. And when he says that, we really mean it. We are a small committee of about 5 that meet monthly, and we bring ideas and we put resources together. This is a very small organization, but the impact that you will have today is much larger than we could ever imagine. So when you go into the classroom today, keep in mind what Dr. Robinson said. But the little eyes that will look at you because you have eyeballs on your T-shirt, those little eyes have a little brain that is so curious about what you're going to say and more curious about what's in your blue bag. So we ask that you take the time to smile, shake hands, talk to the students about literacy and how important it is, read a story, and most of all, at the very end, please share a book with each child that is in the classroom. Now, we have sponsors or partners. We don't like to use the word sponsors because we're all partners here. And we would like to thank the African American Heritage Group, headed up by Ms. Phoebe Coker. Brandywine Valley Friends, which is the nonprofit that 100 Men Reading falls under. Canaan Baptist Church, Christiana Care Health Systems with Dr. Robinson, Coker Designs, Congo Funeral Home, Delaware Chapter for National Association of Blacks in Criminal Justice, Delaware Department of Corrections, Delaware State University, Glass World Incorporated, my husband there, Governor Martell, Stallings Associates, the City of Wilmington, the Mayor's Office, Wilmington, Delaware Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and the United Way. These are all our partners, and these partners come to us with their ideas, their resources, and some funding, because we do need funding in order for the programs to happen, but most of all, they partner in education and literacy. So again, we would like to thank everyone. Now this is what we need to do. Here are your directions. We need everyone to take out their nice little shirt. We need you to put that shirt on. If you have a suit jacket on, put the shirt on, and then we're all going to come forth here to take a picture, a couple pictures before we go out to read. If there are any questions at this time, I will entertain your questions. The students are expecting you in the classroom by about 9:15. There should be someone at the front desk that will greet you, and you will have to go through the regular visitors check-in process at each school. If you have any questions while you're out, feel free to send me a text